My dear Vaughn, let's
Yes.
look at our week ahead. Me and Vaughn are so blessed that we work for nonprofit organizations that are always trying to be out in the community and that want to extend our hands to other people, you know what I mean, and learn from them and have them learn from us, etc. So Vaughn is always doing something, always. All right. So this week for me, I'm gonna be, excuse me, at one of your favorite places,
Yes.
the Eagle.
Of course. I was just there.
So I'm gonna be there on March 8th from 3 to 5. No, excuse me, from 5 to 7. Excuse me, 3 to 5. From 5 to 7, I'm gonna be over there with Mr. Eagle himself, Razor.
All right.
He's a cutie.
Yes.
What a
Does
nice
he look
guy.
great in that leather though? It's like it's just that's just sexy.
I know, like I don't even like boys, and I kind of want him to like whip me or like
Oh,
do.
careful.
Well, I might get what I want, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're gonna do a trivia, and that's gonna be so much fun because I love the Eagle. The Eagle is so welcoming, and like I've said this before to you folks. You think of a leather bar, right? Or you think of the Eagle because you've been to the Eagle in other states or whatever, and it's a leather bar, and everybody's all in leather, and you can't go, and they're not welcoming, and this, that, and the other, and that's so not the case at the Eagle.
It's not.
You see a little bit of everything in there. You see the leather mamas in there. You see our allies in there. You
Absolutely.
see a little bit of everything.
You do. It's a great. I mean, Chuck, who I know is for years now has done a great job
Chuck
making
King.
sure that everybody is included in that bar. And,
Yes.
if any of us are in there and you don't feel you're included, let us know.
Oh my God,
Right?
for sure. For sure. I love Chuck King. He's actually going to be on my show in a couple of weeks, so look out for
So
that.
do I
That's
get to
gonna be
join
Eagle.
with that? No.
All right? Right? Shit. Oh, I don't know if I even... Anyway, Chuck is amazing. I'll have to plan for that. Something else that I've got going on, also on Saturday, I'm going to be over at the pub with the Pet Project and the beautiful Miss Sue Marino. I love her. We're going to be doing our annually toss for paws, okay? Where we do the beanbag that you throw it into... You know what I'm talking about? You throw the beanbag into
Oh,
the...
what's that called? Oh my God. Cornhole.
Cornhole!
There we
Boom,
go.
bing, 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 bing.
Big Midwest thing,
White
yeah.
smoke, big white thing that people do. I learned about it down here in South Florida, and it is a lot of
Yeah,
fun,
right.
you know?
It is.
So they do cornhole, and these folks, like their teams, and they go up against each other, and then somebody, wins at the end, and they're serious about their
Yes.
cornhole. Like, you can't be playing around. Like, I
Right.
thought it was something that you played drunk,
No,
but
Yeah,
like, there are teams and they are legit. So, all the money goes over to the Pet Project, which is just incredible. They help senior dogs. They help seniors with their dogs. They help people that can't take care of their dogs' vet bills. I mean, like, the Pet Project is just exceptional. So go meet me at the pub. We're going to be there at 3 p.m. on Saturday, having a great time. Maybe you can play or you can donate or you can buy a raffle ticket because they're giving away big screen TVs and all kinds of different baskets and everything. So make sure you come on out for that as well, because, that's in one day, I'm going to be with my leather daddies at Eagle and with the pups. Those are two of
There we
my
go.
favorite things. Like,
But
you don't...
real pups, not pups.
Real pups and human pups.
Right.
So I'm going to have a great Saturday. What are you going to be doing this week? Anything fun?
I'm still recapping. As you know, I went to Philadelphia
Yes.
last week. I actually attended through AVAC. They had asked me to come out for the HIV Cure Academy.
Wow.
So I was one of a selected number of people that received a full scholarship to come out to this academy. And as much work as I've done in HIV, it was very interesting to take a different look at it. And that is on the cure side of things, which goes kind of a little different from how we're used to hearing about it on the treatment
On the
side
treatment
of HIV.
side.
So it was a way, part of their organization is much like Cornus and us, they have a pillar, and that pillar is community.
Oh, I
So
love that.
part of that is bringing community members out, and we sat with all the scientists. We toured the labs. We learned how they take a virus from a petri dish into mice and then into primates, and just kind of learned about what's it going to take to get a cure for HIV overall. So it was mind blowing. The amount of I've heard some of this information going through biology and stuff like that, but to actually see how they're actually working it from so many different angles. And the idea was to get us community members to be able to come back to our communities and start talking about it. Let's start having that conversation. Not that they're looking at the cure is going to be out anytime real soon,
Yeah.
but it's a way for people to understand what it's going to take to do that. So
Like realistically,
Right.
and it also kind of helps us to manifest it, to
Right.
make it happen. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because like we're always so worried about, which is worry that you need to have, right? Know your status, and
Right.
if if you are positive, get what you need,
Right.
to live a fulfilled life, okay?
Right.
Because again, we're not in the 80s. This is not a death sentence anymore.
No,
But
right.
what a beautiful thing to start looking at that aspect,
Right.
right? From the cure aspect.
Right.
Like, that's so different
Right.
from your lens,
Right.
you
Because
know?
I've always said before my lifetime, I wanted to make sure that I saw the end of the HIV epidemic. So
Do you think you still will be?
I'm very hopeful that I
Good.
will. So whether it's a cure or whether it's no transmissions, I mean, look, Australia has 0 transmissions right now. They've done it.
Wow.
They've gotten to a
Wow.
point, no transmissions.
Wow. I didn't even know
Yeah.
that.
So it's a way of like, okay, how can we
Get to
really,
that point.
right. And it's going to take conversation. So
Yes.
the idea is for me to come back, start working with them. I will be building presentations where I'll go to different organizations and start talking about, just to educate on what it's going to take at a community level perspective, not a scientific level.
Got it.
Because
Got it.
sometimes that can go over everybody's head.
Completely.
Yeah.
Completely. Like, sometimes people tune out when it
Right.
comes to scientific stuff because they don't understand it. Like when my wife is a psychiatric nurse practitioner, and she'll say some stuff and I'll be like, no, tell me in Fay language.
Right.
I have no idea
Right.
what the hell you just said.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So, I mean, that's important.
Right. It is. So if you guys want to know, let me know. I'll come talk to you.
Any fear with RFK being RFK and not believing in vaccines and all his horrible things that he has said about
it's-
HIV in the past?
So it's really not that as much as they talked about, of course, a lot of their funding comes from the NIH.
Mm.
400 and some million dollars a year all
Wow.
of a sudden put on hold.
Wow.
So doesn't mean they're stopping it, but they're reevaluating.
Yes.
So, everything will start going on hold for different things.
Yeah.
But, so I think that it's just a matter of, they do have private funding. Obviously, Bill and Melinda Gates gives
Yeah.
for HIV research. And so it's but it was a mind-blowing experience. I was so happy to be part of it.
I love that.
And I'm really wanting to work forward on having people understand what that means and what it
Yes.
represents in our community.
Yes, so important, so important. Thank you, Von Biggs, for joining me in bed
Yes,
this
always.
Tuesday morning. I adore you. You know that.
I love you
I
too.
love you, love you, love
I
you.
love you more.
I love you more. Make sure you follow Von Biggs on social media, okay? He's always got something going on and always representing Holy Cross to the fullest. If there is something that you might need in healthcare, right, Holy Cross has it for you. So make sure that you seek him out. And we'll be right back.